Okay, it's currently September 21st. Just time just changed to 1:43. It says 13:43 on my phone, so those numbers could be significant. 143 also means I love you, and my goodness, when I sat down here, I was kind of questioning what this feeling was, and it felt like love, but it was really just heavy. And love doesn't feel that way, right? At least we think it doesn't feel that way, but I think love is it's everything. It's all the things. It's the foundation. I'm kind of seeing in my mind's eye right now like the evolutionary map. You see all these different like branches, but it all kind of stems from like one little source. Anyway, I want to use this Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, the Moonology Oracle cards, and the Somnia Tarot for this reading, and they're all very blue. That's crazy. That's beautiful. So I think I want to get started with this Moonology one. And I guess I'm getting 3 cards here. Past, present, future. Sure. I'm just going with what's coming up, going with the flow. Could also be a message here. Just, yeah, no matter what the flow is, just, keep going. I mean, you ain't got no choice, right? Time's going to pass anyway. So if the river is calm, if the river is rushing, if the river is tumultuous, you got to keep going either way, man. So this is past energy and present, current energy, the same thing. I don't know why I wanted to present or current. Yeah, current energy, the current. Go with the current, but also there could be this like you're not present, but that's not what I want to, how I want to say it. There could be this subconscious or conscious way of being that takes you away from the present, from presence itself. Before I pull the future card here, I want to read you something that I wrote on the train while I was listening to this video. Wow, interesting. So I was cleaning up my house and I was listening to this soundtrack, and I had paused it when I was done cleaning. And I came up here to start this reading, and the song that it paused on was Coward. So maybe listen to the song, but also just hear me out. Don't click off when I say this. That could be your energy, right? Like maybe you even said this out loud to yourself, or were thinking it to yourself, like, I'm such a coward. Or like, I'm thinking of that Frank Ocean song where he's like, damn, what song is that? I'd rather be outside. That song. Mm-hmm. He's talking about like, maybe getting, having the white picket fence with the pool and the 2 kids, but he's a coward. Like he doesn't feel brave enough to even step into that role. And this could be something that you're currently feeling. But anyways, yeah, let me read to you what I wrote. Majority of it is quoting the video. That I was watching. So this is not directly my quote. And this was on September 18th, 2025 at 7:54 in the morning, and I titled it On Being in the Moment, of course. And it says, I am on the train. This is where I am. This is what and where my life is about, and there's nothing else. That's a new sensation. Being in the moment because I'm brought to the moment by source and not by any mental work that I need to do. I was actually on my way to work, and wow, like right when I said do, the time switched to 1:48. That could be significant. But anyway, yeah, it's like do. The time starts now, right? So some of you could be overthinking something when it comes to love, when it comes to the love of what you're doing, or whatever this, however this applies to your situation. Some of you could be overthinking certain things, and it's just like, just start, just do, right? Just work with what you have right now, but also don't overthink it. As an example coming through, you want to be a writer, you think you need to sit down at the desk and start writing a whole book. No, just write a word. Write your current state of mind, write your current feeling, and then keep writing words. It doesn't even need to be a sentence. It can just be adjectives or adverbs or whatever, right? So you just have to start somewhere. You could be overthinking something. And if this is something about a partnership or relationship, or a want for a relationship, there could be something where it's like there's this overthinking energy. You're thinking, and it could be coming from both parties as well. One party's thinking like, oh, they don't like me. This party's thinking they don't like me because they don't do XYZ. They don't like me because they don't do XYZ. Or there could be some like miscommunication somewhere, a text not received, a letter not received, or something like that. And then, the other person is like, oh, dang, they just ghosted me. And then the other person's also thinking the same thing. That's kind of what it feels like. But this could also, it could be two sides to like some kind of misalignment here. Pisces energy could be significant. Gemini energy could be significant. But yeah, I'm also, when I was doing this, I was also kind of seeing the equal sign with the slash in it, meaning like not equal to. So something is like not balanced, or does not equal something. Like just because there's two entities on the side of this does not make them equal. Something like that. All right, what's potential future energy? Obviously, the future is now. The future is constantly changing. So just relax. Okay, this is not guaranteed. This is just getting some sweet energy here. A time to give rather than take at the bottom of the deck, and work through your fears. That coward energy, right? It's time to take action underneath that. A time to give. Time to give back to yourself, yes. Maybe even give back to loved ones as well. There could be this fear of starting something or doing something because you fear that, like, for the safety of your family, perhaps. What's this past energy? A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So I've split on the new moon in Cancer, right? You and your loved ones are safe. So something has definitely resolved itself. It already resolved itself. There's not more that you need to do. And again, when I was reading that thing that I quoted and wrote, it's like you were brought here by source and not through any kind of mental work that you had to do. Like something has already reached a resolution. Something has already been solved. And I think it's just a matter of aligning yourself to that realization and to that truth, to that reality. And again, back to, I just like went like this. So I was thinking again back to something not being equal. Like something has already been resolved, right? And this is where you're currently at, but it's like not equal. It's giving me like mind body here. Like as an example, say you're doing some work on your mental health, right? Healing from certain things, and like you've really did the work to reframe mental programming, anxiety perhaps, or thought patterns, beliefs even. But then when you get into certain situation, your body reacts, right? Because your body keeps the score. That's a book by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, if you want to go ahead and read that. And it's a hefty, chunky book, right? The first half of the book is about the research, about his story, about how he even got started into this. The second half of the book is very practical. It gives you practical advice for it. So if you're looking at that and you're like, dang, I really want to read that, but I don't got the time, start with the second half of the book. Okay. And then whenever you feel guided, maybe you go back to the first half. But yeah, sometimes I find that when I am reading research and research papers or books on research, sometimes I'll read, like, say it's a research paper, and those things they could be pretty hefty and pretty long, and a lot of like scientific jargon, and just you're like, what does this mean? Right? So sometimes I'll find myself going just straight to the conclusion. Instead of reading the abstract and stuff first, I'll go straight to the conclusion. And then I'll start reading all this, and I'm like, oh, wow, well, how do they get to that? Well, how were they able to do this? Or, what was the population like? Is this even, valuable? Whatever, right? I have all these questions, and it makes me want to like read how they did the research and the population size and all that jazz. Anyway, I don't know why I just went off on that little tangent, but obviously it was needed. What's this current energy? Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. And again, if you look at this card, I was thinking, that's why I said Pisces could be significant, because I was thinking about this card when I was doing this, right? And something not being balanced. So there needs, again, it's like, maybe you have all these ideas, and you're writing down all these ideas, and you're daydreaming about all these things that you want to do and achieve and create, but you're not. It's like time to do, right? Now it's time to do it. If this is about love, you could be daydreaming about the things that you want to say to this person, or how you want to live with this person, and but it's like you can't really get there if you don't communicate, right? There's an imbalance somewhere right now. What's this future here? Let's just go ahead and take a moment to thank God, thank the ancestors here, or whoever you resonate with, okay? Because that was a beautiful confirmation. Communication is key. Oh my God, and I was saying Pisces Gemini energy was coming through. That's so interesting. Ooh, I'm going to start pulling some tarot. I'm going to use this Wild Unknown alchemy deck as a final message. We have the Sun card energy at the bottom of the deck. That's beautiful. I want to pull a clarifier for this communication, because there was some tension there. And again, that could just be that, like, I'm a coward kind of thing. Like, I don't have it in me to love this way, or I don't have it in me to, yeah, I don't know. So there was some tension here about communication is key, but also I wanted to say, like, you really have to sit with yourself. Pray, meditate, journal, do whatever you do, right? You really have to sit with yourself and ask yourself. For some reason, I want to say, like, do you feel safe doing this? And we had that you and your loved ones are safe coming through when I had split the deck. So it's like there's something that you need to uncover, something in the middle of something. Okay, let's clarify this. Communication is key. We have the world. Yeah, in order to come to a better conclusion about something, to start a new cycle perhaps, or to end an old one. Maybe something just keeps going round and round, and you're like, how come we keep going through this? Or how come I keep going through this when it comes to the things I want to create, and blah, blah, blah. The High Priestess with the Ace of Wands at the bottom and the Five of Coins. Okay, hold on. Ooh, 1444 on the timer just now. Give me a second. Okay, so as I was thinking about what this could mean, I had ordered some food and my food arrived. So I just kind of paused. Ooh. Okay, I paused the reading. I went to go eat and like drink some water and, you know, just decompress a little bit. So there could be something here that could be part of the message. There could be something here about just stepping away. Stepping away for a little bit, just letting things be how they are, doing like make sure you are satiated, mind, body, and soul. Spend some time with loved ones, spend some time with your pets, do things that you love to do, video games, you know, working out, whatever it is that you like to do. But also I had a candle lit the first half of this reading. And obviously I blew it out because I went downstairs and I wasn't going to be in the room. And I forgot to light it again here. So there is something like a flame, like something was forgotten. Maybe you feel forgotten. Like something was put out, but just because it was put out, it doesn't mean it's always going to be out. You can always relight it. Through communication, through stepping away, right? And with the world and the high priestess coming out when it comes to this communication, you know, yes, it means, or it symbolizes, hold on, let me get these nice and looking good, looking nice. Maybe that's a reading for a reading. Maybe that's a message for you as well. Like, make sure you write, make sure you getting yourself together and keeping yourself together. Maybe you let yourself go and let yourself go, whatever that means for you, somehow, some way. But the world's, yeah, you know, it talks about completion and fulfillment, a sense of belonging, harmony, right? But it can also strongly speak to a lack of closure, feeling incomplete, feeling an emptiness. And in conjunction with this high priestess, yes, it means all these beautiful things, but it can also talk about confusion and cognitive dissonance, right? But I love the high priestess coming out with this communication is key, because the high priestess is about that inner voice, that higher power, that future self, that higher self, right? And listening to that intuition, but also having things be very much so a mystery. It's like, you don't know how this communication is going to play out. You don't know how things are going to play out, right? This is the future. You don't know how it's going to go. But what you do know is what you do now determines this. So if you stay stuck in ways that you know are not going to move something forward for you or make you feel good, then the future is going to replicate that for you, right? So I definitely want to say, when you are communicating whatever this is for you, having this communication, first of all, listen to yourself, listen to that higher power, so you can either get some closure about something or close something up so you can restart and relight the flame, bring things into harmony, right? But also, I think I just want to say with that is, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. And maybe the stepping away energy that I was talking about is opening up that space for you to listen to yourself. What was at the bottom again? Oh yeah, the Ace of Wands. The flame. Relighting that flame. Look, with justice at the bottom of that. Something being balanced out here for you. Truth being revealed. Truth being have clarity coming back to you or coming to you. Yeah, overflowing with a lot of emotion here. And I immediately thought of, like, once that comes back to you, this clarity, this flame, it's like you're going to be overflowing with so much like fulfillment, right? This world card energy. But right now, this is what you're feeling like. 5 of coins, 2 of coins. Feeling left out in the cold, ghosted, feeling like you're just you're balancing on, it's just things are not, it's difficult to balance things right now. It doesn't feel in harmony. There's this like it's just a lot of confusion on like, all right, I'm here. How the hell am I going to get off of this situation? It's like right now you're kind of in a situation that's a little topsy-turvy. It's a little crazy right now, but at the end of the day, you're still on solid ground. You could still find your way back to solid ground. Okay. All right, let's balance spirituality and practicality here. Three of Wands coming up. Let's pull a card for it. It's funny because I was going to say let's pull a card for balancing spirituality and practicality, but I said let's balance. So let's just do it. Let's just do this shit. Stop thinking about it. Just start doing it, right? And I wanted to say easier said than done, but no, it's crazy. Four of Swords. It landed here, like closer to this, a personal issue reaches resolution. Eight of Swords at the bottom. With the King of Coins here, this could be about someone, yes. Hold on, give me a second here. Temperance, balancing spirituality and practicality. For sure, that's what that's about with this Death card. Transformation. The Seven of Coins. This being patient, waiting for the harvest, waiting for that Two of Cups, waiting for that harmony, waiting for that flame to be ignited. Knight of Coins, waiting for that knight to come in, right? But it's a waiting process. It's a waiting game, right? Because why is that? Why do we need to wait? Because things need to grow. Something needs to grow here. Something needs to be let go of, or something needs to be learned. Some kind of healing from the past needs to be had, whether this is you or them. But I kind of, this Four of Swords, okay, fine, yeah. I was pulling for here, but I don't know. The energy feels like this is what it is right here. This Four of Swords. Something has been put to rest already, right? Transformation. Yeah, something has already happened here. The Three of Cups with the Lovers. And I feel like I'm thinking about this Four of Swords energy here, and it's kind of funny because I'm like overthinking it in a way. And I was getting this message earlier about like not overthinking something. Hold on, let me look something up real quick. Damn, I think that's all. Yeah, something has been put to rest. Something has already been done over with. Something has reached a resolution already. Oh, wow. Awakening from your awakening is coming through. Like a lot of people really get, I'm going to do a whole video on this, but a lot of people get stuck in that awakening energy, right? But you need to balance that spirituality and practicality. Re-entering the world. Yeah, okay, so it's like you had this significant awakening, this significant transformation. And you were in this energy of self-protection, right? You and your loved ones are safe energy coming through. Rejuvenation here, recuperation here. You were that butterfly on the branch, letting your wings unfurl, coming out of that chrysalis, right? That already happened here for you. But now, ooh, look, two cards came out for this. Now it's like you're kind of stuck in that. No, the Hermit. That's crazy because the Four of Swords speaks to being released from an isolation. But also it talks about a sanctuary, right? Being in a place where you can rest, relax, rejuvenate in some kind of sanctuary. That's what you were doing in the chrysalis. But it's like you kind of overstayed. You kind of overstayed there. It's like awaken from the awakening now. Six of Cups with the Hierophant. All the things you've learned on this awakening, whether this is when it comes to your Virgo energy, also is very significant. Anyways, we got these Virgo, Pisces, eclipse situations going on. Eclipse seasons can last or do last for a very long time. But anyway, learning. What have you learned from this whole experience? Put that into work now. And it's like, it doesn't need to be work. It doesn't need to feel like work, right? You've done all that here. You went and you built the chrysalis. You turned yourself to mush. You were in there for a long period of time. You grew your wings. You sat on that branch. You unfurled your wings, right? Now it's time to fly. And you may be thinking like, flying? I never did that shit before. And you haven't, right? Because you were a caterpillar. But once you just do it, take that leap, full card energy coming through, it'll be second nature to you. An example that was coming to mind when I was like, it doesn't even need to feel like work is like maybe in the past you got angered easily or something like that, and it's like maybe you have learned something on a deep soul level that you don't even realize, and one day someone does something, you on the train or something, someone does something that would usually trigger you or piss you off, but you just kind of, oh, it's good, oh, it's all good, and you're like, oh damn, what the hell, where'd that come from, like, how come I'm not mad? You know what I mean? It's something like that. So what came out here? The Lovers with the Five of Cups, balancing spirituality and practicality. I'm looking at these hands. So they came out like this. So I'm looking at these hands are tied up. This is a lone figure here. They're tied up. Their hands are tied behind their back. It's almost this energy of like my hands are tied. What can I do? Then you're coming into some kind of union here, making a choice about something here to where you can untie your hands. Wow, interesting. Wow, I don't think I've ever noticed that. This person has scissors. This masculine figure has scissors behind his back. I don't know if you could see that. And this feminine figure here is holding an apple. So again, apples, they symbolize a lot of things, but one of the things that they symbolize is knowledge, the knowledge that you have gained. Something about you using the knowledge you have gained, and you can be male or female. I'm just saying here. And once you're able to do that, once you are able to be patient and to let something grow, this tree in the back, there's an energy here coming in that's going to cut these ties that you are in or that you feel like you are in and rekindle or spark some kind of flame here. And you may be looking like, oh my God, I've waited so patiently and I waited so long for this thing to grow. And then like, now it's like on fire, but that's the transmutation that needs to happen. Also, these don't even need to be the same thing, right? Because they're not the same tree in this card. But it's giving me like the flame is what's going to allow the transmutation to happen, the transformation to happen. When you think about a wildfire, you're like, oh no, I don't want it to be a wildfire, right? But then it's like, oh wait, no, actually it's really good for the soil and it opens up certain types of seeds that then plant and blah, 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 right? So there's a method to the madness is what this is giving me. For some of you, take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. For some of you, this could be about your relationship with substances and being able to let those go so you can have a clear mind and get out of some kind of confusion here. So you will be able to listen to your intuition. Wow. In this, I just caught eye of this high priestess that's holding an apple and a book in her hand as well. So this is the same, look, a book in her hand with this world card here. You've received all the information and all the knowledge that you need right now in this phase of your life. I don't think, yeah, you may be getting too caught up in what more can you receive. And it's like, you got everything right now. Oops. I'm going to pull some guidance here and then I'm going to end the reading. Look what's at the... This is crazy. Look what's at the bottom of the deck when I opened up the alchemical wedding. Yellowing. Yeah, it's like some shit's just getting too old. What's the guidance here? Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini. Fixed signs coming through. I mean, I'm just naming some energy that I'm looking at right now. All right, what's the guidance here? Oh, 10. This came out for a reading I think I did for myself. Damn, in this to do sap of the moon plant. That's that high priestess energy. Against nature. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever pulled this card. Against nature. Yeah, don't force it. Things need to move in the way that they're going to be moving. And some of you could be feeling real heavy, real heartbroken about something. It's like things, they just need to move how they're going to move. At the end of the day, you're going to be good no matter what. And you know that. You know that on a deep level, you know that. But right now, maybe this is kind of difficult to remember that. And this 10 card, in the camera, it looks so vibrant. There's not many colors on there, but it just looks so... It's just standing out so much. Something about standing out on camera, or maybe standing out from a different frame of mind. Something is standing out when you can come into a different frame. Maybe this is literal. Maybe this is you standing out on camera or something. That's beautiful. I like that. That sounds fun. Let's see. Pink Floyd is coming to mind. Comfortably Numb is coming to mind. Hold on, let me look up those lyrics real quick. Comfortably Numb. So this is about, it says Pink's emotional journey into the past is both interrupted and heightened when his management breaks into his hotel room and has a doctor inject him with a drug that will snap him out of his drug-induced malaise, ensuring that he could still perform at a concert later that evening. Whoa, what the hell? Rogers wrote the lyrics inspired by an experience where he was injected with tranquilizers before a 1977 concert in Philadelphia. That was the longest 2 hours of my life, trying to do a show when you can hardly lift your arm. What the actual fuck? Yeah, damn. I wasn't expecting to read that. Sorry if that triggered anyone, but I mean, you watching tarot, you should already know you're about to be triggered somehow, some way. So just relax into it. Holy moly, damn, this song means something so much different to me now. Yeah, go ahead, look up the lyrics, okay? To that, maybe there's something in there. It starts off with hello. Hello, is there anybody there? Just nod if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Wow, okay. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and read this here. Yeah, so there's a couple songs here. So I thought of Pink Floyd maybe for obvious reasons, but anyway, there's an album called The Dark Side of the Moon, and it kind of depicts this like prism situation here. It's a great album. It's probably one of their most famous albums. Maybe like The Wall in Dark Side of the Moon. But anyway, yeah, so maybe, yeah. There's a song called Speak to Me / Breathe. Giving something some breathing room, but also speak to me. Communication is key. Okay, I'm going to step up off that. 444 could be significant. Damn, I'm going to listen to this album actually when I end this reading, because there's a lot of songs coming to mind right now. So 10. Did I show this to you up close? I'm not sure if I did, but let's go ahead and do this. Being flexible. Being flexible, but also if you are crumbled. I don't know if you've ever seen like videos, or if maybe you've done this before. If you crumble tin and then you shine it up, it like if you keep crumbling it, it turns into like this solid ball, shiny ball, right? And so it's like the crumbling is what's going to turn this into this beautiful shiny ball, right? And it's right now it's like, things are crumbling, but just wait till the finished product comes and you'll see why it felt like everything was crumbling, or why everything was crumbling, right? All right, 10 on page 129. It's number 21. 9 and 2 is 11. 11. 111 could be significant numbers you're seeing. So tin is a silvery white, highly malleable metal. Being malleable, being adaptable. This is in part because tin's structure is composed of crystals in cubic or tetragonal formations that can be broken or crushed under moderate pressure. Yeah, there's something here where it's like, maybe it's like you're reaching this point where like the smallest things happen and you just kind of just go back into your hole, back into the hermit mode. And it's like, back into this energy here. You keep trying to go back to what felt good, but it's like that was the awakening. Now let's wake up from that awakening now. Okay. Anyway, let me continue. When the crystalline structures breaks, a sound known as the tin cry can be heard, hence the unnerving sound of crinkling tinfoil. Such is the energy of the tin card. On one hand, it is the tin's Jupiterian nature to expand, to mobilize, to cover the whole territory. On the other hand, the metal cannot withstand much weight or pressure. When this card appears, you may have reached a limit or breaking point after taking on more than is logistically possible under the circumstances. Don't take this juncture personally. More strength is required before taking next steps to support the expansion you see in your mind's eye. Again, yes, it's like you may be like, oh man, okay. This just says it all. More strength is required before taking the next step. There's more knowledge that needs to be had, more love for yourself that needs to be acclimated into your being, into your life, before taking the next steps toward this. This is why it seems like things are crumbling. This is why it seems like things are, there's like a separation here, right? It's because let's, as cliche as it may sound, let's work on you. Let's work on you. That way, when you do come into this union, whatever this union is for you, a person, a place, an opportunity, a job, a creative endeavor, whatever it is, you don't crack under pressure. You don't break under the first signs of things going wrong. You don't obsessively grab onto it so tightly that you crumble it, right, into sand, into dust. You let it burn how it needs to burn. Look at Andy Warhol's 1966 installation, Silver Clouds. I love that. It's very beautiful, like a bunch of like silver pillows floating around. To ponder reflection as illumination. Seeing the people, the places, the things that you do on a daily basis, and how are they a reflection of who you are and who you are coming into, or who you want to be, right? Not want to be as in someone else, but for yourself, right? Are they in alignment, or is there some imbalance there? Is something not equal there? Be like tin today. If a good cry or wail needs to be heard, let it happen. It will release the pressure in the laboratory, and you'll have a whole new perspective. And I was going to say, y'all see this? This is for me. I forgot I put this in here. Chaos. All right, fine. I'll read you too. When this says known as the tin cry, I immediately thought of war cry, letting something out, right? War crying to your guides, angels, ancestors, to the universe, to God. In esoteric wisdom traditions, Jupiter and tin are associated with the liver. It's possible the liver may have a wise message to reveal, perhaps about excess and balance. Wow, that's crazy, because I was getting something about substances here. Let's read chaos since it started peaking. This is the card. It looks like 3 figures here. It makes me think of this galaxy, this galactic cloud. It's massive. It kind of looks like that. More high priestess energy here. Creativity energy in this forest. It almost gives me this energy of like ash as well. All right, where do I want to put this? Here? Sure. Disoriented, spinning, groundlessness. This is that 2 of Cups energy, or 2 of Pentacles energy that I was showing you, balancing on all those chairs. You feel like it's like, yeah, okay. Anyways, when the alchemist sits in the laboratory amidst the presence of massa confusa, something miraculous is bound to occur. That's because this card, this state, is so powerful and all-encompassing that it typically overwhelms the student to the point of despair. Wow. 5 of Cups energy for sure. 5 of Pentacles energy as well. Such is the nature of chaos. It is the grand trickster, the topsy-turvy. Didn't I use this word? Because when I said it, I was like, I have not said that in I don't even know how long. Dang, that's interesting. Also, wow, 30:42 on the timer. How long is this reading? Holy smokes, that's crazy. All right, anyway. Yeah, is the grand trickster, the topsy-turvy confusion that turns life on its head and spins a web not even the wisest mystic can untangle. The High Priestess here. Crazy. Baffling? Yes. Disorienting? Yes. But the seasoned alchemist, recognizes sorry. But the seasoned alchemist recognizes it as the most potent point in the alchemical experiment. Wait. Observe. Do nothing. It is destiny itself that spins the web. Clarity will emerge one strand at a time. Your only task is to breathe. Do not struggle. The three fates hold you in their sights as you free fall toward freedom. Holy shit, that's crazy. Beautiful confirmation here. Breathe. Okay, go deeper. Watch the film Dazed and Confused, 1993. I love that movie. To ponder, looking through the eye of the storm. And I was getting something about looking through a frame, looking through a camera or something. What was that saying? Piling existential questions on top of chaos will not help your alchemical pursuit. Rather, turn to practices that clear and make space. Meditation is the remedy. Holy smokes. That's what I was talking about. That's why I stopped the reading. It makes space, right? Think of this card as a sister to the void card. They are different expressions of the same life-changing energy. The void is absence and chaos is overwhelming presence. Damn. Thank you, God. Beautiful, beautiful way to end the reading. But also understand that there needs to be a balance with all things, right? You need to have order. Yes, but you also need to have chaos. Too much order, nothing will be able to change. Too much chaos, nothing will be able to evolve or be created, right? So remember that when you are sitting in energy that is a little difficult to navigate or to contemplate on, and understand that you got this. You are here listening to this reading because you got this. You got this. You know what you're doing. I love that for you. So I really hope this was helpful. This was a longer reading than normal, and it definitely did not feel like that. I feel like I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes. That's wild. So maybe that's the energy too. It's like, yeah, you're in this waiting period. You got to wait. You got to be patient. But then when you look back, you're like, oh, that wasn't that long. I was tripping. I wasn't waiting that long. I just had to get over certain little things. I just had to clear the chaos a little bit, sit in the chaos for a little bit, see what's going on there. So I like that. I like that. And I like this hermit energy here as well, because that's that Virgo energy. That's very much so grounded. That's very much so order, right? So having this balance here is nice, especially with this 10 in the middle. It's just about adaptability and being able to go back and forth between order and chaos and order and chaos, right? Just kind of finding that balance of spirituality and practicality. So again, I hope that this was helpful. I love you so much. Take care.